Now, of course, the Googans are known for doing some silly things out there on the water and some things they probably shouldn't be doing. Now, sometimes the Googans wind up fortunate. They do these silly things, yet somehow they stay dry. Now, other times the Googans don't get so fortunate and they find themselves in the water, just like some of the things we're going to witness in this week's episode of Googans of the Week. There's many different ways the Googans can find themselves in the water. Sometimes it's intentional, and other times it's completely non-intentional. They're down there just doing their thing, and the next thing they know, they're in the drink. Now, there can be many different occurrences where this would happen. Of course, the number one occurrence is they just needed the quick car wash. They were down at the boat ramp, figured might as well kill two birds with one stone, or they just needed a little cool off and decided they were going to fall off the boat and needed a hand getting back on. And other times, they just can't let go. Their boyfriend's just drifting away in the jet ski and she's like, "Hey, where are you going? Don't leave me." And she refuses to let him leave without her. So she decides no matter what, if he's going, I'm going as well, and she winds up in the drink. Now, not every time you take a spill will the Googan wind up in the water. Sometimes they'll wind up on the hard, or other times you'll catch the Googan out there doing something where they're trying to get out of the water, and they're doing it the Googan way. Now, sometimes instead of the Googan finding their way into the water will find their way into the Googan's boat. But one thing's for sure, the last thing you want to do as the Googan is find the water in your boat during the winter. Like when you forgot to pull that drain plug when you were putting the boat up for the season, and the next thing you know, you come back and she's frozen like a brick. Now, it's easy to point out the Googan moves happening when the Googans are getting wet, but sometimes the Googan moves happen to the Googans on the hard. Sometimes they're on land, and things just don't go their way. And other times, well, we already know when they're down at the boat ramp, you never know what to expect from the Googans, as anything can happen at any time when you put them behind the wheel of a vehicle and go ahead and put them on a slick ramp. Sometimes they'll wind up in the drink, and other times they'll be out there just trying to get the job done, and it's not necessarily a Googan move, but they find themselves in situations none of us want to be in. Then other times you'll find the Googans out there and wonder how in the world they even got themselves into this mess. I mean, it's not like somebody forgot the drain plug on this one, but something definitely went wrong to cause this vessel to go ahead and go under, as we see in the images here. And it's a pretty big boat. Now, don't get me wrong, we look at the vessel next to it and we're like, well, it kind of looks small, but you know darn well when you see this thing, it's a large ship. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Googans of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening out on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Baja Suki, Brooks Porter 2020, M Bricking 2005, and Adam Coolidge did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.